the force of evil plans to make you its possession. And it will if we let it destroy everybody. We all must take precautionary measures. So with love and peace you treasure, then you'll hear me when I say, oh, that love is in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. 'Cause hate's going round, is breaking many hearts. Yes, it is. So stop it, please, before it's gone too far. In fact, it already has. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Welcome in the Mental House. I am your host, Khadijah. Hey, grandbaby. Grandbaby decided to help me do the video, with y'all today because I got some real important information I want to bring to y'all. Matter of fact, I want to clear up a few things. I have very minimum notes, even though y'all know I'm very menopausal and I forget a whole bunch of stuff. Charge it to my head and not my heart. But I just think it's real important that y'all, let me be real clear. I love my people. And when I do these videos, I do them not in the spirit of hatred. I do it in the spirit of love. And that's what, I can only love my people. My people are damaged. They are so damaged because they've been damaged by master narcissists. Wait a minute. Let me tell you something. I was talking to a friend of mine who runs, if those of y'all who know Cote, well, there were some friends of hers from Sierra Leone. And the lady said something to me so profound that I continue to think about it every time. And she goes, oh, are you well? I was like, what? How are you? Are you well? And I was like, what does she mean? Are we well? And the more I thought about that, we're not well, baby. We're not well. But most of us concentrate and would rather project and misplace, or I'm not saying that it's not relevant. I'm not saying that it's not a reality. But most of us would rather start on the outside as opposed to start on the inside. Because to me, it seems common sense if we were raised by the most barbaric, psychopathic people that ever walked the face of the earth and we're up under their jurisdiction, it would seem to me that we would readily know that we must be messed up, that we must be psychologically impaired. To me, it's a no-brainer. We never had therapy as a collective group. We've been through a collective trauma that is so barbaric and so inhumane that the fact that we're living to even tell about it is just a testament to how strong we are as a group of people. Okay? There was a guy who smuggled a lot of pictures. He went over to Korea. Is that what it is? Yeah. And smuggled pictures out because they don't allow that in the communist regime. But they have a museum that's set up there that speaks to the American barbarism and how they tortured them during the war against Korea, and how they cut off body parts and finger, just real barbaric. Wait a minute, girl, you gonna fall? Just real barbaric and destructive type of torture that the Europeans did to them, and you have a museum to remind them just how barbaric that the European is. I really don't have they don't have an argument with me from that. The only people that choose to argue that fact is people who don't know history. So that's not what I'm here wasting my time with. I don't waste my time, it's just, I don't spin my wheels in the mud. I would much rather get a crane and hook it onto the frame of the car and pull it out. I'm not going to sit there and just go zoom, zoom, zoom. And for me to sit here and continuously deal about racism, black and white, to me is totally ludicrous, because we missed that shit. It's over. It's obvious that they're racist. It's obvious that the laws are set up to not help you. The laws are set up to continue to help the perpetual cycle of racism, white supremacy continue. And you are the feeder fuel. You're the supply. Black and brown bodies are the supply for narcissistic white America. Somebody got mad because we wrote the article. Jeez. 1 minute, family. No, I'm going to let it run. 1 minute, family. Please go on. And don't give me a glitch thing. Okay, we are on. I think we're still on. Okay. Somebody was at the door. I had to go get that, family. I don't know where I left off at, but what I was saying is I try not to waste my time spinning my wheels on things that I know are not going to yield me a very good crop. And trying to point out black and white racism, to me, is ludicrous in my mind, because if we don't know by now that there's a double standard, if we don't know by now that there's a double standard that they're going to keep, if we still beating that stick, and we're really messed up, because that means things like NAFTA, that means things like our how do you call it, restitution, things like that are just so much on the back burner because we're still busy trying to convince each other that racism exists, or convince white people. That's not my stick and horse to beat. What I try to do is stay in the mental house, is to say that how much has this madness affected you inside your personal family? Because if you haven't decided that yet, then 9 out of 10 times you probably got an insane bunch. If the only thing that you want to deal with is white supremacy, and you don't want to deal with the madness in your home, just like the Bible, some of y'all that like to quote the Bible, how they say there'll be mothers against daughters and sons against fathers, and all these rumors of wars, and these will be the signs of the end of the time and things of that nature. My point is, who do we blame? Because we know how we got here. I ran a group home, and now I am in the process of turning that same facility into a resource center for families and parents who need a head start on how to work with and deal with their children, because as we are positioned right now, we're sending children up and we're getting them prepared for the prison industrial complex. Okay? Because we haven't learned, or we haven't taught the basic parenting skills to our children. Okay. And people say, well, who are you to say this? And what reason do you have behind that? I had 4-year-old sisters in my group home whose mother, black mother, and father had them prostituted. I also had a family of 8 whose mother was on crack. Each one of the children had different fathers, and none of the fathers, well, maybe one of the fathers took responsibility, because he was the person that maybe put his seed there second. And she had 8 more children after him, and she was so overwhelmed that she would be depressed and she wouldn't cook. And her kids would go outside and go look in the garbage can, find food to eat, and the oldest siblings will give it to the younger ones. And the reason why the protective services got called, because the bus driver got tired of seeing these kids every day when they passed their route looking for food, or every other day. And it was so sad, because when I asked the young man about how that felt, because I don't know what it feels like not to live with my parents or have to look in the garbage can for food. And so some of these children just need to feel some stuff. Some stuff not that the white man did to them, but that their own black families did to them. See? And then in turn, they grew up to be dysfunctional adult men and women. And we worried about the white man when we got a bunch of black problems that need to be addressed in our families. And nobody is thinking about that. People think it's okay. And then we go out and we go have a dysfunctional after dysfunctional after dysfunctional relationship. How many of y'all got crazy situations going on in your families right now, where the mama has treated some children like that better than the other? She's had her own scapegoat, her own mascot, her own golden child, and her own neglected child, all in the same home. And we still practice this sort of parenting when we're damaging our children left and right, because we're damaged. Did I tell you about the 9-year-old that I had who tried to murder his sister, who set the curtains on fire and locked her in her bedroom because he had so many anger issues at the age of 9 that he was so angry that he could kill somebody if given the opportunity and under the right circumstance. I had a 9, a 7, and a 5-year-old who murdered their baby sister. And before they put him into a child and adolescent treatment center, there's only one of them that had remorse too. I think it was the 7-year-old. The 5-year-old was too small to realize what he had done. Basically, the 5-year-old, the 7-year-old was wondering, was the devil going to get him? Because they burned the baby with cigarettes, they tortured the baby, and did all kinds of manner of evil to the child under the direction of the 9-year-old. And they killed her. I think she was 8 months. I forget now. It's been so many years. I've had children who witnessed right at the dinner table their grandma get up and stab the grandpa to death multiple times because he smoked the last crack rock. So y'all don't know about the devastation, and some of y'all don't even care because you out here worried about white supremacy. And I'm saying, while it is an issue, how can we deal with anything and our families are this dysfunctional? How about mom taking the kids to the store to steal? Take them to the store and stick stuff down in their clothes, perpetuating a lifestyle of thievery and gypsy, living that's automatically done taught the child how to be a thief. Special thanks to the mother. I've seen the young adults be damaged by their parents to a degree where they thought they had to please their mother so much, where they get a job, and the agreement was they'll come in. Oh yeah, the mom will come in and ring up all kinds of groceries and pay $20. And she co-signs and allows the daughter to do this to the corporation. And then when the girl gets fired and now she's back at home, she got kicked out of her apartment, you are saying things like, I'll be glad when she find another job. I'll be glad when you basically help her ruin her life and her job and her career. How about those men that these women keep bringing into their homes around their daughters that are 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 years old? And these men are having sex with their daughters. and their sons. How about this stuff that's going on in our families? Because forget about the white man right now. Because you definitely can't deal with that phenomenon when you got this kind of crazy phenomenon growing up, not willing to be able to talk about, and think that we're well. We're not well. We've been raised by psychopathic Neanderthal people who are full of rage and narcissism and evil for us. Okay, they brought us over here to do their bidding and to do their work, and now they have no more use for us. The work is done. They don't know what to do with all these people that they brought over here. They don't know what to do with us. So the only thing they can do is start either putting us in prison or start killing us off, which is what you see every day taking place on Facebook, on your social media, and on televisions, where it's getting to the point where people are getting desensitized about that as well. Desensitized about murder. Yeah. I know. It's real sad, isn't it? And as long as we living like that, white supremacy flourishes. Because I can tell you something right now. You can kill all the white people in America today and leave the system there. I guarantee you, whoever is up under the system will be just as... It's a self-perpetuating system. And then you got all new white people, they will continue the same thing. Or even if you got rid of all the white people and there's nothing here but black and brown people, it's the system. The system that makes these differences, that makes these conditions in terms of have and have not. And it is the supremacy system that creates an automatic supply, like the great narcissist, so it can be self-perpetuating. Not for one day, not for 2 days, but for hundreds of days, and maybe even years and hundreds of years, which is what has happened. So I just wanted to get on here and make this quick comment, and we're going to go because, as you can see, grandbaby says bye to everybody. Hi and bye. Okay? All right. So if you like what you hear, please like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll get a chance to make another video a little later. Yeah, when your mom come get you. Or your dad won. Okay. If you like what you hear, please like and subscribe. And we'll talk next time in the mental house.